Hi, welcome to LES Matters TV. On today's episode of LES Matters TV, I am going to be discussing how to develop emotional intelligence in children. Okay, so if you are the adult, whether you're the parent, you're the guardian, or you're the teachers of young children from birth to 6, or even children beyond the age of 6, I am going to be discussing how to develop emotional intelligence in this group of children. Okay, so it is important that we develop emotional intelligence in children. And what is emotional intelligence? Okay, emotional intelligence is the ability of we as the adults to be able to teach children how to manage, to recognize their emotions. Okay, so it is the ability of we as the adults to be able to teach these children to recognize their emotions and how to manage these emotions. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you examples of emotions. And one thing I would like you to know is that emotion has to do with our everyday activities. Okay, it is not something that we can do away with. Okay, so the types of emotions we have: when you are happy, for example, when you are happy, you smile, your facial expression says this all in terms of emotion. And sad, angry, okay, are other types of emotion. Okay, so it is really important that we as the adults, we help these children to develop emotional intelligence. Okay, and according to studies, parents, especially parents, according to studies, parents that are able to manage their emotions always give birth to children that are able to manage their emotions. That's what, whatever I'm doing, I always try to back it up with research. Okay, so there's studies that has been done that parents that have emotional intelligence always give birth, or they are able to breed children that will be able to manage their emotions in the future. Okay, so in relation to helping children to manage their emotions in terms of emotional intelligence, it starts from we as the adults. Like my everyday saying, we can't give what we don't have. Okay, so it starts from us. For example, you want children to manage their emotions, and you as the adult, you're doing opposite. And like I said, children will pick up everything from us without you even saying. Like, for example, you're telling children not to shout, and you as the adult, you're shouting. Indirectly, you're telling children it is okay to shout. Okay, so in relation to helping children to develop emotional intelligence, it starts from we as the adults. Okay, so it has to start from us. We have to work on ourselves. Okay, I know it's not easy. Sometimes we're frustrated, with a lot of things going on around us, or we want children to do things and they're not doing it, and in return we tend to retaliate by shouting, by screaming. Okay, so it is really important that we as the adults, we have to model how to manage emotions to this group of children. Okay, children need to see us display this, and they will definitely pick it up from us. And in terms of emotional intelligence, this is a skill that children need to have. Okay, it's a skill that children need to have. Like I used to say, especially from birth to 6 years, this is a period that we can teach children a lot of things. And also in relation to emotional intelligence, this is a period that we can teach to children, because this is the skills that they will need later on in life throughout their lifespan. Okay, in terms of emotions, like I said earlier, it's a day-to-day thing, and we can't get away with it. Okay, so it starts from we as the adults. Okay, we have to model positive behavior in relation to emotional intelligence. We should be able to control our emotions. Okay, sometimes as the adult, when we're getting frustrated or when we're annoyed, we just have to calm down. Okay, it could be a simple thing as take a deep breath. Okay, so it works. Sometimes when I'm annoyed or I'm frustrated, what I just do is I take a deep breath, just to calm my nerves down, so that I would not reflect negatively to that situation. And sometimes it's also very good, like you go for a walk. Okay, so maybe if you're annoyed as the adult, you can go for a walk. Okay, so it is really important that it starts from us as we as the adult. Okay, and let's talk about the children now. Okay, so in relation to helping these children to develop emotional intelligence, okay, so we need to let them know to acknowledge that emotions exist. Okay, so like for example, if you have a child that is angry, okay, there must be a reason for that child being angry. Okay, so like for example, maybe you want a child to tidy up, and the child does not want to tidy up, the child is angry. Okay, so you can use this as an example. This is what I always do with my children. Okay, sometimes when I want them to do something and they don't want to do it, I use myself as an example. I say to them that most of the time, or sometimes when I'm looking for things, I don't get it easily. I say to them that I don't have my way all the time. Okay, that sometimes I want some things that I'm not getting it, and is that the end of the road? No, don't retaliate by getting angry or by getting frustrated. So I use this as a discussion with my children that you cannot always have your way all the time. Okay, so in relation to children, whenever they're getting angry or frustrated, so you can explain to them. It could be simple thing as you want them to tidy up. You have to say to them that they just have to get on with the duty that you have assigned to them. Okay, so they have to tidy up, that they don't, sometimes they can be angry over, telling them what to do, and they don't want to listen. And like I said, you can use an everyday example with them that sometimes you don't have to get your way, and whenever you're being told to do things, you just have to cop on and go on and do it. Okay, so another way you could help children to manage their emotions could be like, especially from children from birth to 6 years, maybe when they are angry or maybe when they are crying, you could put on a music, a calming music, a soothing music to help them to calm down. Sometimes maybe you have a child, a baby that is just crying, and you've tried everything, you give the baby, maybe you give the baby the food and they're still crying. So you could implement playing music, a soothing music to help the child to calm down, to help the child to relax. And for example, if you have older children, it could be something that they like a book, maybe a book that can calm them down. Okay, or sometimes you could ask them to draw their emotions. Okay, sometimes you can ask children, okay, in terms of your emotions, you are angry now, why are you angry? Okay, so draw a picture for somebody that is angry. It works even for adults as well. Sometimes when adults are angry, they do something that they like for them to get through that, that emotions from getting angry. Sometimes I've seen people that when they're angry, they say that's the time they like to clean up the whole house. Okay, that's the time they like to, tidy up, to get things done. So like I said, whatever works for the children, these are your children. Like as the parents and the teachers as well, these are the children that you're working with. So you will definitely know what works best for them. Sometimes it could be maybe when children are even angry, they could, you could let them go for a walk. Okay, sometimes it really works as well, telling them to go for a walk, to move away from that situation that is getting them annoyed. And sometimes children could get annoyed. Maybe they are trying to solve things and they are not getting it done. Like for example, let's say jigsaws or puzzles, like young children, they are trying to do a jigsaw and they're not getting that puzzle, putting the puzzle together. Sometimes they get frustrated. I've seen this happen in the area of early childhood. Young children get frustrated. They are trying to put the jigsaw together and you can see the frustration, they are fidgeting. In that kind of situation, you can go over to the child and tell the child, okay, maybe would you like to take a break? You could divert the attention of the child to something else. Okay, let's go and read a book and we come back to this some later. Okay, because I know even as adults, I know sometimes you want something or you're trying to do something. Like for example, like adults, maybe you're in college, you're trying to do your assignments, your college work, and it's not coming. But sometimes you're not in the mood to do your college work. You're just tired, and I know how frustrated it is. Sometimes you could be in front of the laptop, you want to type, and the thing is not coming, and you'll be frustrated. The same thing applicable to children as well. So if you have a child, maybe in relation to an activity, whether you're the parent or teachers of these children, you can let them step aside and take a break from that activity, that thing that they're doing, distract them. Okay, but it could be simple thing, okay, let's read a book, okay, let's go for a walk, and we come back to this later. Okay, so it is really important that you let children express their emotions. We're talking about children expressing their emotion in a healthy way. Okay, so we're talking about how these children will be able to, manage their emotions without even leading to them destroying things or, doing things that is not ideal. Okay, so also in relation to helping children to develop emotional intelligence, this should be a daily discussion in your house. Okay, so as the parent, it should be part of your family goal. Okay, so it's a discussion that you have to discuss. Even for example, if you have children that, okay, they don't display, like in terms of they don't cry, they are not frustrated, they don't get angry, it is also important that you make this a discussion in your family. It could be once in a month, it could be once in a week. You still have to talk about emotions with children, that sometimes it is okay when we don't always have our way, but the way we deal with it really matters. So in relation to helping children to develop emotional intelligence, you need to let them know that it is okay sometimes that we have these emotions, but it's our ability to deal with these emotions, that everyone have the emotions, but it's just ability or the way to be able to deal with it. Okay, so I hope with these few points I've been able to highlight ways where you as the parents, the guardian or teachers could be able to help children to manage their emotions. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time in my next episode. Do mind yourself and take care. Bye.